Hi guys, welcome to Genie Box. It's me, Jim Core, once again, and I'm here with Exhibit. It's been a while since you've seen Exhibit's face, of course, but he's here with us today to shed some light on what he thinks about the educational system we have in Africa.
Yo guys, what's up? What's up? What's up? Exhibit, Medea. I went not too far, but I'm here. I'm gonna be here and here.
Most definitely, man.
Expect these faces on
Welcome
this
back, my
screen.
guy. Good to have you.
Expect these faces on this screen more and more and more.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so I want you to tell us what do you think about the school system that we have in Africa, like the school system in total.
In Africa, it got two sides.
We got
So
two sides.
we got two sides.
Okay.
It really taught us a lot.
Okay.
Yeah. And on the other hand, it's held us back. Like that we were really lacking a lot. Being at this side, we realized, we should have done this. We should have done this. We should have been on this position. We should have been on that
Okay.
position.
I'm not
Yeah.
trying to. I'm not trying to cut you off, right? You said we were lacking, so I want to know what we were lacking.
Bro, I didn't just say we were lacking.
Yeah.
I said it taught us we had two sides.
Okay. Which is what?
Anyway, I'm going to choose as being lacking, and I'm not discrediting this. It's taught us a lot. Like we learned a lot from back home.
Yeah.
And it's got advantages and disadvantages as well, as I told you. So yeah, don't put me on.
No. Listen. No. Wait. Because earlier maybe it was a slip of tongue or something like that. But you mentioned that we were kind of lacking, and then so some things were brought. We were, and the education came into existence to change some narrative. But and also I know that you said there are two sides of it, negative and what positive, right?
Yeah.
So right now, I want you to tell us the negative part and then the positive part.
So this is what I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me be on the positive side.
Okay, you want to be on the pocket, then I'll take the negative side because to be honest, I don't see anything positive about the educational system we have
There's
in
a lot
Africa.
going on, bro. There's a lot going on. See, when you take yourself like 20 years backwards, so now there's been a lot of improvement.
So why don't you take yourself 1,000 years back or 2,000 years back?
Oh, well,
Do you know what kind of
definitely.
life Africans were living then?
So this is education we are talking about. This is
Listen,
education we are talking about.
I'm not saying that education is not good, right?
Okay.
I'm not saying education is not good.
Okay.
All I'm trying to say is that the kind that we have
Yeah.
in Africa, that was brought to us in Africa, right?
Okay.
It's why it's what's not good for us. You understand what I'm saying? Because to be honest with you, right? I want to make an analogy. Right? So let's say you have a visitor in your house, right?
Yeah.
So the visitor came to you for to stay with you for a while, and then you give the visitor a place to sleep, a place to food to eat. You put the visitor on, you give him farmland to farm, and then you want to be able to take care of himself and create his own family. You understand? So as time went on, this visitor that you've got is trying to push you away from your home, right? You get what I mean? He's trying to push you out and take control of your house. You understand? And then you got to know about it, right?
Okay.
And then, mind you, when the visitor came, he steals from you. He lies to you. This visitor has never done nothing good ever since he came into your life. You understand my point?
Okay.
So, and then when you got tired of this visitor, you were like, nah, I'm not gonna receive you no more. Go back to where you came from, right? And then the visitor, are you following? And then the visitor gives you, prepares a nice meal for you.
Okay.
You should eat it. Like the visitor understood that he was leaving, right?
got you, bro.
And then the visitor gave you a nice meal. Would you eat it or you wouldn't eat it?
Bro, we are getting this twisted.
No, I'm not
This
getting. No,
one-
just answer. No. Listen, I have a point I want to make. That's right. So if you answer the question, then I can.
So
Yeah.
I just want to ask, like, understand the concept.
Okay, I understand.
I am reading you from colonialism.
I'm coming there. I haven't said nothing about that though.
No, yeah, so that's
this
what
is
you
just
are
an
putting on the
analogy.
table.
This it is in a way, but what? This is an analogy I'm doing. So if you answer the analogy, then we can move to whatever that I have behind the analogy. You understand? So if the visitor gives you food, prepares food for you, and then brings it on the table, says what? Eat it. Would you eat it? True or would you, yes or no? You understand? Would you eat it?
Whilst you are hosting the visitor.
Whilst the visitor, you were like, you were tired of the visitor, and then you were like, the visitor that should just what? Leave your home.
Okay.
And then whilst the visitor was leaving, he left you food. Like he prepared a nice meal for you to eat. A last supper or whatever you can call it. He prepared something for you. So would you eat it or no?
There's something fishy over there.
Would you eat it or no?
I'm not gonna do that, bro.
You're not gonna do what? You're not gonna eat it.
Eat it, bro.
Why?
I'm not eating.
Why?
There's
Why?
something fishy over there because
Yeah.
you didn't separate on a good note.
Yeah.
Yeah. So nah, bro.
And also what? You are fearing. You fear that what? He might kill you.
Kind of.
You understand me?
Yeah.
So now let me bring about the thing that you said, right?
Okay.
Ever since Bruni came into Africa, right?
Bro, so then that means we are talking about colonialism, not
Not that alone. Like, just follow me, right?
Okay.
When Bruni came around, right? Since the first time, in general,
Okay.
there are major encounters we had with the Bruni, right?
Okay.
It's when we went there and when they came here.
Okay.
We went there in 712, 712,
Okay.
711, 712, thereabout.
Okay.
It was the Moors that went to Spain.
Okay.
That was the first time, we went there. You get me?
Okay.
So then the second time was what? Was when they came here. But they don't highlight when we went there.
The other side.
You understand? You know why they don't highlight it? That's a topic for another day.
Another
But
day.
you just leave that. And then the ones that they came is what? It's around in the 15th century, I think. Yeah, because it was around 14 something. You get me? So they highlight that part. You get me? So let's go back. When the Bruni came into Africa, right?
Okay.
All the records that we have with them, it has never been good. That's a fact. I'm not saying it. That's a fact. You understand me? So this Bruni has cheated you, even though you hosted this Bruni properly,
I've
right?
got a question for you.
Okay.
Will you accept the fact that they established civilization?
No, I would never accept that.
Bro.
Do you know why? Do you know why? That's what I'm saying. That what we shouldn't go back 20 years ago. Let's go back 1,000 years, 2,000, 5,000 years ago. Do you know who they give their credit of civilization to?
Okay.
It's Greece, the Greeks. And do you know who the Greeks give their credits to?
Okay, unless you speak.
It's the Kemites. The Kemites are what? Are those our ancestors that lived in Egypt, in Kemet, right?
Okay.
And the Kemites are our ancestors. They look like me and you. You
So
understand?
we're talking about going back to Africa now.
Exactly. So
Okay.
if we are to talk about civilization, it dates, from 5,000, 10,000 years ago. You understand me?
So I want to understand you on the fact that
Yeah.
Colonization caused us a lot
Yeah.
damn good.
More than it hasn't caused her any good. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Bro, let's be honest, man. You understand? Let's be honest. Anything that came after colonization, it's never good for us. That's exactly as what anything that comes back after what? After
Are you,
before
bro?
the
Are you trying to drive an agenda or like,
agenda what? No, I'm not driving no agenda. I'm just telling you what is there. You see, right now, I just want us to be what? To use our intellect, not our emotions, right? I've been to school before. Trust me, my parents have paid a lot of money for school. Like I went to one of the most expensive schools in Ghana. I'm not gonna lie.
I honestly think, okay, you are speaking from Pan-Africanism.
I am a Pan-Africanist. I'm not gonna lie
that's
to
what,
you.
that's what I think you are speaking from. But
Yeah.
bro,
But the fact still remains that,
see, it has caused us more good than harm.
more good than
Like,
harm?
seriously.
Okay, so let me hear it. I don't wanna
Yeah, ain't no way.
tell me the good you're talking about.
Yeah, because look at all these things that are going on, all these like changes that are happening in the world.
Bro, just mention them. When
Especially
you are
like-
saying all this, I don't get you. Point it like this. Like, you understand me? Point them.
How can a white man come? Okay,
Just reference it to Bruni.
Bruni.
Yeah,
I
like
got
that.
you on that, my bad.
Yeah.
How can a Bruni come to you, right?
Yeah.
Guys, we are still using Bruni because
They gotta get it. They
you-
gotta
you
get
have
it.
to
I'm sure.
understand that
I'm sure they're gonna get it, right?
them here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
how can a white
Bro, don't worry, man. Don't worry.
how can a Bruni come
Yeah.
with just a white shuffle,
Yeah.
okay, and exchange it with your natural resources?
Exchange with what? With what natural resource?
Like our bauxites, our goats and things.
Wait, are you
Wait,
serious,
I've
man?
got
Where did you
something
hear
to
that
say.
from?
I've got some, no,
You believe that nonsense?
we know about this. So
Nah.
if you were talking about civilizations,
Yeah.
we should have known more.
About what? About gold and bauxite and all.
Like knowing how it was worth.
You know, okay,
Okay.
so knowing the worth of it,
Yeah.
right? Okay, let me give you an
As
example,
compared
right?
to
I understand. You know, the story of Mansa Musa, right?
okay, yeah,
What made Mansa Musa rich?
the natural resources.
The gold.
Yeah.
And all that you mentioned that they didn't know the worth of. Do you think
Yeah.
Mansa Musa was stupid to be keeping the gold if he didn't know the worth of it?
Yeah.
Mind you, Mansa Musa was, existed and then died before they came in. You know that, right? And then I believe that he was part of the reason why they came in. Actually,
So then, before that, I am sure even if Mansa Musa was alive before the bullying, he would have fallen a victim. I'm sure
fall into in the victim of
of
what?
the Bruni influence. By then, all these things that happened, like all these things that came, they had a better trait with was not in existence. You know what I'm saying?
I don't get the
Yeah.
point. You said all that what?
Like the shiny bottles, all the
Oh, you believe
shirts,
all
the
that?
nice shoes.
I don't.
If
Those
like-
stories
if-
are not.
if-
Are not.
if-
Are
if
not.
like
Are
they
not
were-
true
if-
stories,
no,
man.
guy, you gotta believe that.
It makes no sense to me. I
So-
can't believe it because
so if like they were in existence, right, you would have fallen a victim. Trust me.
if my okay, wait, we are not really talking about Mansa
So
Musa,
all
right?
these
I'm just
people-
trying to tell you that we knew the worth of gold, we knew the
We
value
knew,
of gold.
we
You
knew.
understand me?
Yeah.
So that story that they came in and then they give us, mirrors. You heard that one too,
As
the
I
mirror
was saying,
part,
yeah.
the mirrors, and then some white shirt or whatever you're talking about. Then we extend it with gold, bro. Or let's say maybe, we see ourselves in the mirror and then we are like, yeah, and then
You think
all
they are
that
fictions?
nonsense story, bro. Those stories are not real, man.
Their history.
No,
And we have
history
them-
from where? Who
we
told
read
that?
books.
Bro, you cracking me out. History from where, man? It's not a true
Yeah.
history, man.
So if we talk about education,
Mhm.
we
Yeah,
know
let's go
we
back
know
to that.
before they came, right?
Yeah.
Before they came, we know what like education is. It's not only being in the classroom, right?
Yeah, that's so. We can say school. You get me? Because there are so many forms of education, right?
Yeah.
I can teach you to do something. That's me educating you, right? So let's just limit it to school. Let's say school, like you understand the school system that we have in Africa. It's a colonized school system. That's what I want you to understand. You
That's why I'm
understand?
giving the credit to the Bronies.
Okay, what
If-
credit
if-
is that?
if-
I want
if
you
that's
to.
what
I
you
want
are
to know
talking
your
about.
point. I want to know your point.
If that's what you are talking about, right? We
Yeah.
give the credits to them because all these things happening in our schools back home are something we are trying to let me tell you, learn from them.
Learn from. I'm coming. I want to understand this point. I want to know the positive that you said there are, right? The positive that you said there are, and then what? Me, I'm sure I can counter all the positive that you're talking about. I'm very sure of that. So you just take the things that you feel like it's positive or it's brought good to us, and then we tackle it one after the other. I wanna examine it. You understand? I want to examine it. So yeah.
I can tell you that Africa, the educational system or education in Africa is very strong. That we just need a little push to be where we want to be.
Okay.
In the sense that when you take a teacher, for instance, a teacher is not supposed to come and waste like the time supposed to be shared among like 30 students or 25 students in the class on you just a student. He's supposed to come and do his hours and go. Whether you are okay or not, he goes, right?
Yeah.
Like this western side of the world, the teacher just comes to the class when you hear the bell for breaks or whatsoever. See,
The class ends.
nobody is supposed to tell him to go out, right?
Yeah.
But back home,
Yeah.
see, when you miss an assignment,
Yeah.
see, you'll be panting. Like you will not be
You're
in your
like-
correct
you're like-
self. Because
I'm not cutting you off, right?
yeah.
Back in school, there's this man called, there's this teacher, right?
Yeah.
I heard, he's dead now. His name is Mr. Edison, right?
Okay.
Bro, that man is so wicked, man.
He's not
Ha,
wicked.
bro, he's so wicked. I'm not gonna lie. That man is wicked. Like, bro, it's crazy. Like, this man, there's this, he's an RME teacher, right? Religious and moral education. So, like, when you make I mean, you make an assignment and then you make a mistake,
Okay.
and then there's that. I mean, there are a few wrongs in the assignment.
Okay.
I mean, he gives you the chance to make corrections, right? So you have to do the corrections, and then he marks them. You know, he wouldn't say nothing. No, he would wait for like, I mean, 1 month in, or 2 months in, or maybe at the close of the semester, or maybe the term, right? That's when he will do what? He'll pile up all the books and start from first January. Let's say the school started in January, and then it ended in March, right?
Okay.
He's not gonna say nothing from first January. He's gonna wait till March, and then what? He'll start collecting everyone's books from. So you start looking through from first January to March. If you haven't done the corrections, like then he will pile it up to come discipline you with it.
Can you imagine?
Can you imagine that, right? Bro, it's crazy. You understand?
Yeah,
So go back to what you
So
said.
this is what I was saying, and it's built us. It has brought us this far, right? So as they're pushing whatever they were pushing, trying to make sure they inculcate all these things into us.
Who to inculcate? I mean, the teachers,
I'm
right?
talking about the teachers.
Okay,
right?
sure.
So if like all these big men in offices, like in government, were also pushing this agenda, bro, we could have been like much more.
Bro,
bigger
okay,
than
let me
this.
tell you. I think you don't get the concept, right? You don't get the concept. I feel like the reason why Africa we are where we are right now is because of the school that we go to. I feel like because we have a lot of graduates, it's why we are suffering. You get me? The reason why is that, what makes Africa. That's what I'm saying. That it's very important to go back, 2,000 years back, 5,000 years back, before the coming of the Bruni. You understand? It's very vital, very, 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 very important. That's why I always take my hat off for the accounts, right? Because they are the common phrase that everybody know of, Sankofa, right?
Yeah.
It's not just there, right? It has a meaning. What does it mean? Go back
Your
and see
heritage.
what we did.
Yeah.
So our ancestors are trying to remind us to go back. It's very important.
Yeah.
So if we had gone back, we will know what kind of life we are living. And then we'll know that the life that we are living at this point, we've really, really, really depreciated.
Kind of.
We've really depreciated and deviated all at the same time. Like we've lost track of where we are going. You understand me?
But I think we are trying. There's more room for improvement.
How can we try? The only way we can try is just burn the books.
Oh no. See, let me tell you.
You're not gonna understand that.
Let me tell you.
I know a lot of my viewers are not gonna agree with me, but the truth
see,
still remains the same, right?
The thing is, right? As a student, as a human being, like basics, you should have basic education.
Yeah. So what's the
And
basic
it's
education
not-
to you?
it's
What's the
not-
basic
it's-
education?
It's not supposed to be compulsory.
Okay,
you
I'm
have
coming.
to bag a degree up there to be.
What's the basic education?
At
What's
least-
the basic education?
At least when you have a senior high school something certificate, you are
So
good.
basic. Okay, I'm coming. So let's say I feel like basic education is to know what you're supposed to do as a person.
Something that logic tells you that, like,
Most definitely, it's
you're
more.
supposed to know this.
You
why
understand?
supposed to teach
You get me?
Yeah.
So that's basic education, right?
Yeah.
So to go further to this SHS, or I'm not trying to discredit anybody or something like that, but I just want us to listen, like, with our minds, not our hearts. You understand? Let our brains stop. You understand? Listen with our brains. You get me? Let's remove emotion out of this, and then what? Face the truth. Let's just tell ourselves the truth. You understand me?
By then, do you accept the fact that we are still under colonialism?
Of course.
Yeah,
Of course.
So it's like we are on that channel.
What channel are you talking about?
We are under that umbrella, right? We are under that British umbrella.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in terms to do something, you have to have their basics. So far as we've not freed ourselves, and I don't think we are ready to free ourselves.
Yeah, but the first way to free yourself is to drive the books away. You have to pile up all the books and burn it. You understand? My reason being that the books is our downfall.
So I think that's gonna happen maybe.
And the reason why
after Jesus.
after what?
Jesus comes.
That's it. So that means
Yeah.
Africa was still gonna be how we were.
Yeah.
So I was trying to make a point that before Africa we were in our peak. We were at our peak. You know that.
Yeah.
Why were we in our peak? What made us in our peak?
Because I would say because we knew nothing about the Western side.
Who told you that? We started traveling by sea before they started before Bruni knew how to wear slippers. Before Bruni knew what slippers is, right? That's what I'm saying. It's very important to go back. Last week I wanted I wanted to give a history lesson about the mosque, but you know, due to some issues, I wasn't able to.
I
You get me?
we're supposed to
So
touch
the
on
Moors, you see the Moors when they got into Spain, right? They met the Bruni, of course, and do you know what kind of life they were living though? You know what a barn is, right? Where you keep horses, sheep.
Yeah.
Bro, they sleep in the same barn as those animals.
Yeah.
That's the kind of life they were living. Like they were bro, they got that's why they don't talk about the first encounter we had with them. We had, but they are talking about the second one because the first one it's not a pleasant one for them to tell of themselves. You get me? We introduced, bro, you need to go to Spain, right? You see Valencia, Valencia and Sevilla, right? You need to go to, especially Valencia. You need to go to Valencia, right?
One day we have to touch.
Yeah, bro, we're gonna go there, inshallah. You know what? Before they got to that point, huh?
Preach, bro.
Bro, you get me? So like when they got there, they met them in that kind of lifestyle. They didn't bath. They don't bath actually. They don't bath actually. You understand? They don't bath actually. So even the king, their kings at that time just baths once in a year. Can you imagine that? I'm not saying this because it's facts. It's there. Don't go search for it on Google because these things you cannot find it on Google because it's Brony that did Google. So you're not gonna find it there. You get me? So
Or you have to convince them though.
no. I'm not here to convince anybody. I'm just here to bring it on the table to
So
go
they can
make your
believe
own
what
research.
You're saying are fictions, like
Bro, that's why it's good to make research. You understand? If I say something, you feel like this boy is talking nonsense or whatever,
And
it's
then
okay. It's
wait.
good because at first you're not gonna take it, but you go home
Ain't no
or
other
whether you're home.
place better than Google. Like today, in these recent times, where
Listen, you see, yeah, Google it's one of the search engines. I mean, we use like it's
Most
mostly
credible.
used. Yeah, not most credible, bro. Who gave it that
is.
credibility?
This is
No,
Google.
it's not.
Everything
You can type in a blue lion on Google. It will bring you up a lion,
a white lion.
blue. You get me? But me and you know that there's no blue lion in the world, man. You get me? So how can this be reliable, man? You get me? So to be honest, let's just leave that aside. Let me go back to the malls, right? When they so that was the kind of life. I mean, that the Africans met them in the mall in Spain, right?
Okay.
So so how people introduce them to, I mean, bathing. Like as a person, when you wake up, you have to bath every day. You have to perfumes. Like they didn't know what. I mean, they didn't know what alcohol is or was. You get me?
Okay.
So they introduced alcohol to them.
Okay.
They introduced alcohol. At first, they call it alcohol. Then they call it alcohol, right?
Okay.
So they brought about those grapes and all that. They didn't grow no grapes there, man. They didn't have grapes in Europe. It's our ancestors, me and you. And guess what? The most were Muslims as well. Not entirely Muslims though, but they are mixed. But the majority of them are what? Are Muslims. You get my point. So those are the Moors. So the Moors kind of civilized Europe and Portugal. I mean Spain and Portugal. That's how come it went through Europe. They didn't know what a fountain is. But go to Spain right now, you see, I mean, if you walk like 2, 3, 4 blocks, you see a fountain. Do you know why is that? So that, I mean, you would have a drinking water everywhere. The first street light that were made in Europe was done by the Moors. Like street candle, like, street lights. You can walk, I mean, like, let's say you walk on a nice, on a nice neighborhood, I mean, with all lights everywhere, brighten and all that. These are the Moors. These are our history that they don't tell us. They just only tell us that when our ancestors were chained to bring us down. You get me? Yeah. So I don't want to go deeper into the mosque. Otherwise, it's not gonna end now. I will make a special video on the mosque and tell my people. You get me?
Yeah, but then I feel like that have got nothing to do about education.
So that's why I'm coming.
Yeah.
That's why I'm coming. You said that. I mean, this civilized us. That's why I'm trying to correct you on that part.
Okay,
That's why I went to the mosque.
On still on that note, okay, we being the first to touch base in Europe. Okay,
Yeah, and there's one information that I want to
and
give.
then we failed to like be enlightened after they came back again. That's what I think.
When they came back with a plan. Okay, let me tell you why.
Look
Let me tell you why
in
they
the
came.
sense of there has been a lot of inventions that has been happening, like going on,
Inventions such as what?
like globally we know what's going on, right? You have the Elon Musk's and
You
all
mean
these
now?
people. Like from
From time, do you know who?
from
Do you know who
time.
made the first brain surgery? Do you know who made the first
Okay,
brain
so
surgery?
being it a black or being it an
It's not
African,
about
okay.
it being a black hole. It was made about
This
8,000 years ago.
very good, very good. This is what I'm trying to say, right?
Bro,
No, and
he was
there's
a F
nothing,
black man, bro.
there's nothing funny here, okay?
Yeah,
So
I'm not.
being
Yeah,
it an African or being it a black person, and
or anybody.
so from there, where did it end?
Where did it end? It was
Yeah.
stolen. Let me tell you. That's what I'm telling you, right? When they invaded, right? Do you know the number of people that invaded Egypt? A lot of people invaded Egypt, right? The Persians invaded Egypt, right? The Romans invaded Egypt. You get me? A lot of groups of people invaded Egypt. So Egypt was not like was not allowed to what, to explore itself and to go deeper in knowledge. You get me? Do you know who this this Greek philosophers, like, is it something Attics? I mean, those are how their name sounds. You know them, right?
I've heard of couples.
A couple. You see those. I mean, just make a research on them, right? How did they die? They were killed. Do you know why they were killed? Because they were bringing some new things that didn't exist in them. New culture, new lifestyle that doesn't exist with them. Where did they get those cultures from? They came to Egypt to study like decades, and then when they go back, they took it to Greece. You understand? So when they were trying to teach it to the people were not getting it. So they had to kill them. All the philosophers that the Westerners are hailing them as what? They are the masters of medicine, masters of this and that. They killed them because when they were trying to say it, they didn't understand it. So they were like, "You are preaching something that's alien to us." So they killed them. But when they died, and then in future, the successors of that generation came on, and then they started to understand it. They started giving what credits to them. You get me? So whatever you see around, whatever technology you see, it's all tapped in from what? From your ancestors, you and me. You get me? So it's very important to go back.
Then that means we have a long way to go.
We do have a very long way to go.
And I'm not sure we are ready to go yet.
Yeah, the fact is that none of us is gonna accept to burn the books, but the books is our problem. You get me? I'm being honest with you. The reason why you're not asking me why is the problem. That's why I'm not even going further. But let me ask myself, Hanif, why is the books a problem? Okay, let me go. Let me tell you. Yeah, so the reason why I'm talking about the books to get burned is that what? The books is the what? Is the center of our problems. You understand? It's the center of our problems. And it's the center of our problems because whatever we do is related to the books. Whatever we do, it's related to the books, right? You get me? The books drives us away from who we are, drives us away from what we have, it leads us straight to being what? Job seekers. You understand me? That's what school does. It just leads you straight to be a job seeker, right? Africans, we are not job seekers, bro. We already got a wealth, right? Let's say you have your mom got a plantain farm, right?
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So that means you don't need to buy plantain, man. There's no need for you to go learn how to make kelewele or something. Then you go and get employed in a kelewele factory and be making kelewele. Your mom sells the plantain, so just get the plantain. Learn the trade of the plantain. Get yourself set up, and then sell the plantain. You will get the money from there. You don't need to go and. You understand what I mean?
I got you.
So we have the natural resources. We got the gold. We got the timber. We got whatever bauxite, whatever we have.
Okay.
So what are we supposed to do? What are we supposed to do? You are wasting your time going to become. Excuse me, though. I'm sorry, guys. Let's just be honest to ourselves. Wasting our time. I mean, being something
You see,
that we shouldn't be,
don't
bro.
know. I don't know why I'm. I don't really accept
Agree.
whatever
Yeah,
you are
just tell me.
saying.
Go
Yeah,
ahead, bro.
so-
Give me your points.
so
If
this
you're able
is
to
the-
convince me,
because
sure.
this is the space where we find ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
So that means that doesn't mean that we need to be there. If you surely want changes and then you are in a place you don't want, you move away from the place, or try to get yourself away from the place, or set a blueprint that others will come and follow. But if you are in a place you don't like and then you are relaxed, that means you never want to get out of the
Do you
place.
know for how long this has changed now, and do you know how long it's going to change back to normal again?
It's gonna take
This-
hundreds of years.
This is not our generation.
Yeah, but we have to set the tone moving. I agree with you that it's not our generation. But imagine if we don't set the tone, and then the next generation doesn't set the tone, the following generation doesn't set the tone, when are we gonna do it? Imagine we set the tone, the following generation do their part, the next do their part. Definitely we'll get to a point whereby what? Those are gonna come lastly or wherever.
And
They're gonna complete
these
it.
are all instances where, like, locally, when you want a chieftaincy, at least you need to have something like a degree, or which at first it wasn't like that.
You need to have something what?
Like a degree, like you have
You need to have a degree.
kind of. No, this is where we are heading towards to, right? At first,
Bro, nobody needs a
at-
degree to do
at-
nothing.
No, bro. At first, it wasn't like that. But
Yeah, so
this
who made it
modern-
like that? That's what I'm saying.
This is the change we are all seeing, and this is
That
what is
doesn't mean-
happening.
okay, let me
So
give you an example.
okay.
Let me give you an example. You know China, right? Do you know China was colonized, right? India was colonized as well. Do you know? Okay. Do you know where China is at this point?
And they are on their peak.
China is number one when it comes to, I mean, world economy, whatever. Those kind of.
I got what you're saying.
China is number one. Do you know where India is? India is top, if not 2, 3. India is not very far away from 3. Why is that? Do you know what China did? China burned the books. That's what China did. They burned the books. They locked themselves up for 30 years, bro. Do you know that there was a time, I mean, Ghana donated money to China when they had some misfortune. Do you know that? But look at China now. They locked themselves up for 30 years, man.
Are you speaking on hearsay, or you are speaking
What is
on
hearsay,
facts?
bro? I'm just telling you. When I say something, I'm not asking nobody to believe me, but
No, you
go
have,
and
no,
make
bro.
your
You have to
research.
convince us, bro.
I'm giving you the facts. I'm giving you the facts. You understand? I'm giving you the facts. If you don't believe it, you are exposed to internet, right? Make your research and don't go research on one page. Right?
I'm not saying you are capping, though. It could be true, but then
It's not that it could be true. These are facts. These are facts. China locked themselves up for 30 years. Do you know that up to now you can use certain apps in China unless you use a VPN? Do you know that? Huh? Do you know that? Yeah, China, you cannot use Snapchat or some Instagram or whatever, Twitter. You can't use that over there. You need to use a VPN, man. They closed themselves up for 30 years, right? They beat themselves, they fought among themselves, and then they came to understand. That's why China is where it is now. Because now what? Everybody is focused on what? Bettering China. Here, I'm not gonna lie, 95% of the youth in Ghana have their loyalty elsewhere, in if not in Canada, in America, in UK, in whatever. They don't even give a fuck about what's happening in Ghana or how Ghana is gonna be like. All they want to talk about is
So-
the leaders chopping the money. But I'm not saying they're not chopping the money, right?
they're doing
But in a court of law, you got no proof that you've seen him chopping the money.
But then, on the other hand,
I'm not saying they're not. No, listen, I'm not saying they are not, right? When I ask you to prove it, can you prove it? You cannot prove it. You understand?
Yeah.
So you cannot prove it. Something you cannot prove, you cannot admit that it was, I mean, it's like that. Even though some of them do. You understand? Some of them do.
but
Right?
then the thing is, on the other hand, in order to grow, okay,
In order to grow, okay.
yeah, as you, if you want to see growth, you need to be open to, like, competition. Like,
Yeah.
as to see, like, why is this guy going?
If you're not being competitive, you will
Yeah.
now know whether you've improved
So,
or
yeah,
not.
you would also love to be like, not to copy what he's doing, but you also aspire to be on that peak, right? That's why I think that's why like Africa is looking up to, and
Looking up
they-
to who?
bro.
No,
So
looking
what
up
is
to. I want to
going?
know. Looking up to.
So all these things going on in the world, like we are basically looking up to the Western side.
Yeah, exactly. Do you know why we are looking up to them? Because they brought us something.
We've been brainwashed.
They
and
brought
whatsoever.
exactly. So they
Yeah.
brought us something. So if you are lacking something, where would you go? Let's say I should show you how to make banku and flour and stew, and then okra soup, right? So you go to a point, and then you forgot that what you didn't put let me say salt in the soup.
So it's like,
Who is the first person you're gonna call? You're gonna call me to give you a solution on what to do about
you
it.
are the chef. You've got the recipe.
Exactly. So you have to. So definitely, if since they brought that to us,
Okay.
we will definitely have to lead. I mean, go back to them to find out. I mean, what we are gonna do next, or be watching them. You understand me? So that one, it is there. You understand? You see this. I mean, this system of governance that we have, it's a bro. It's not helping any of African countries. You understand me? Africa is not built like that. You understand me? Africa, we're not built like that. We like our monarchies like that. You know, the monarchies, they helped Africa to be where it was in the past. You understand? Take the British, for example. They are still under their monarchy, are they not?
Yeah, they are.
Why is that? Why didn't they give themselves the democracy that they gave us though? Do you know Belgium? Do you know Belgium is still under monarchy? Do you know? Yeah. Do you know France still? Do you know Spain still? All of them, if not all, majority of them are still under monarchy.
Okay.
Do you know why is that? Because monarchy is what solves situations, man. This democracy, bro, you're joking,
You see,
fam.
I'm not taking you down.
This
or
is the
something.
school. The school taught you that democracy is this and that. The school taught you that a government has the arms of government. You can't go and tell somebody who is in the village that has never been into a classroom before and explaining to him what a government, what governance is, what he doesn't care about, he doesn't know. So therefore, what? There's nothing like, oh, this road is supposed to be made by government, because it's in school we learn that what government is responsible to develop the country, to build hospitals and all. Nah, he doesn't have that mentality. He knows that what he uses this thing, so he has to go and do it himself. But here we are, rich people in Ghana, have beautiful houses. Like, you can't tell me you haven't seen one. Beautiful houses
I've not
with
seen
what?
one.
Beautiful houses, like, you know, like extremely beautiful houses using flashy cars, right?
Yeah.
But what? The road in front of their house, is messed up. Why is that? It's not like the person cannot do it all, because the person is, was taught that government is supposed to fix it, so he's not gonna do it.
I'm not saying I don't second to all you are saying, right?
Yeah, man.
But then this is what I still stand on. So far as we've channeled our energy towards this direction. So see, this is how we've imprisoned ourselves. We've got no other option than to follow suit.
We have to change. If we want development in
See.
Africa, in Ghana, we'll have to change, man. We have to change. I'm not joking. Like, I'm very serious talking about this matter, because
You know it's easier said than done, right?
yeah, I know.
So you see, you would not want to be the big six of this time.
The big six?
You would not want to be the Kwame Nkrumah of this time, or like,
Why not?
bro?
Why not?
It involves a lot.
Yeah, it involves a lot. I'm not saying, see, I might not be the one to save Ghana or Africa or whatever. But what I want to do my part. We all have to do our part, especially those of us that are working to
And trust
to
me,
the scam.
trust me, as of today, as we are talking now, it's gonna be in vain. Maybe it's not. We are not there yet. I think we still need more time.
Bro,
Yeah, we
It's
have
not just-
See, we have the cheddars who are pushing all these agendas. We have them,
yeah.
but look at the cheddars. Like, look at how they are living. See, I wouldn't be surprised if a cheddar is having an Ogboni citizenship somewhere. I wouldn't be surprised.
Bro,
I don't
listen,
know, but like,
listen. You know, in this world we are in, you know, the kind of mentality we have back home or in Africa, like, you have to have a certain validation, something that affiliates with the Western world to have yourself respected. You understand? You have to have that validation. So if he or she has it, doesn't mean that the person has to abandon.
So that means
know-
we are not declining. We are still in that box.
I'm not saying we are not. All I'm saying is that we need to get out of it. And the first way to get out of it is the books. We need to burn it, because the more we take our kids to school, they're still learning the same thing and coming and growing up to be the same version of us.
Since
you understand?
We don't have that schooling system.
We have,
that
bro.
Is what we have.
Do you know the University of Timbuktu?
Okay.
You do know the University of Timbuktu?
Mm-hmm.
Timbuktu, right, in Mali. Do you know how long the university has been?
Okay, what about okay, so what about
bro,
that?
Thousands of years. I'm trying to let you know that we were learning. We were not dumb people. We were learning.
So let me not cut you off, right?
Yeah.
The school have existed 1,000 years ago.
Bro, hundreds of years.
So now what are the activities going on in that school?
That's what I'm telling you, that what? It was dismantled, it was sport. When they invaded, they stole our what is it called? They stole our knowledge, like
the heritage and everything.
Whatever, they stole everything, man. They stole everything and then destroyed what they could destroy. You understand?
Yeah,
and then took it away.
Okay.
And emptied our universities and places that we could get knowledge and all that. They emptied everything. That's what I want you to know. You can even bear witness that what, when they came into Ghana, for example, right? Or let's say the Ashantis, right? Do you know, you got to a point? Do you know, I mean, they kind of looted the Ashanti stuff. The Ashanti stuff, right?
Yeah.
That's how they do. When they get to your place and then trying to, soon as I start to you get my point.
I know they still have some
They
artifacts,
still everything.
Some like cultural belongings.
They have it in their university.
I know for that.
Their museum. It's not only that they stole. They stole scrolls, like even the first Europeans that went into Egypt.
Okay.
Bro, they emptied everything. Right now, you would go to the tomb. There's nothing there. Where is it? You hear that it's in a museum of France.
Are we blaming them?
I'm not blaming nobody, man. All I'm saying is that let's get ourselves out of this, bro. You see, at that time, it's what? How would I even term it? The survival of the fittest, right?
Okay.
So it's okay. I'm not blaming them, or I'm trying to say that we need to hate them. Nah, it's not the case. You understand?
Okay. So,
I care about my people. We need to get out of the situation we are in.
Okay.
It's unfortunate that we are where we are, right?
So,
but it takes ourselves to take ourselves out of it.